welcome aboard. Once you have located your seat, we ask that you please step out of the aisle so the passengers behind you can pass you. This will expedite our boarding process. Your large carry-on items need to go in the overhead compartments. Your smaller ones underneath the seat in front of you, keeping all exits and aisles clear. If you need assistance, please contact the flight attendant.
Can y'all hear me? Can you hear me? Can you hear me? We live in effect, man. How y'all feel? Y'all all right? Y'all good? It's a one-man show tonight. Jack Spade's going to join us a little bit later. He's going to join me a little bit later. So y'all feeling good? Y'all feeling great? Everybody had a good day today? Let's see. Here. Podcast. LaMarcus, what's up, man? When you call, I had a phone call I was taking, so it's all good, brother. So I'll call you. I'll call you after the podcast. Hey Don, what's going on? Ravage, what's going on? Everybody good? All right, so cool. Since it's just a one-man band tonight, we just got a few things that we'll go over. McCoy, what's going on? Everybody good? Everybody good? What's good? What's good? And live from the news desk. Working but good. Larry O, what's good? What's good, everybody? So look, man, we got a lot to jump into, man. Again, welcome to the Rise Up Tour podcast, weekly podcast. As you know, I'm Thomas. My co-host is unavailable, but hopefully he'll be able to jump in later on tonight. So we just got a lot of things going on, man. Feeling good, feeling great. Once again, I want to say thank you to everyone who came out last weekend or 2 weekends ago to the third annual picnic that they had. So that was a blast. But I got some good news though, right? So we're in the works of, so if you can't make it to an away game, we have a place for you to go. So we're in the works of it. It's going to be very, very exciting what we got going on. It is going to be on the south side, but these people have put a lot into it. And one of the people running the show is a member of this group. So it's just always a good thing. So we have a place for people to go in Detroit. I'm sorry, if you're not going to Detroit, we're going to put something together for you guys who's going to stay here at home. But it's going to be very nice. It's going to be family friendly, so you can bring your kids, things of that nature. So it's going to be nice. So we're working on that. So we just got a lot to unpack. So we got that going on. So ladies and gentlemen, if you signed up for a bus trip or if you're signing up, so I'm just going to say this. Hey, Pam, if you're going to say, please go ahead and secure your spot, right? Reason why I'm saying is this is because this is going to be the process of doing it, right? Because this is how we can actually get a full head count to what's going on, and we can get this taken care of. So please, 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 if you plan to go to Nashville, and really, honestly, that's the hold up for Tampa, right? Until we get Nashville to a certain percentage, because right now we have 40. You got 46 people said that they want to go to Tampa. But before on the post that we have for Nashville, we have 53 people who said they want to go to Nashville. So, folks, so we're only doing these trips because of the demand. So if you don't want to go anymore, or if you're going, please let's go ahead and get it up. Yes, the people are booking, but if you one of those, go ahead and sign up, secure your spot, so we can go on to the next thing. so we can start the planning process to do different things. But the last minute stuff is not going to work. So and hopefully, I know it's a lot of people who say, "Oh, well, I want to see how the Falcons are going to do." Look, it's either you in or you out. And so if you don't want to rock, that's cool. But we're gonna have a good time regardless, and we're gonna have a great time. So just make sure if you're one of those ones you're on the fence, so it's your first time, everybody is welcome. I know Nashville is after Tampa, but however, since we're already in the process, and then the other thing is too, I have to secure these buses, meaning is I can't say, hey, I'm gonna do it or not do it. Yes, we have a relationship with the bus companies. However, we got to make sure that we're just not holding buses for no reasons, and they could have chartered them out to other people who have other things going on. And plus, that's a big weekend. So that's a big weekend. You have a couple of classics going on. So, they need to make sure. But, we do have those relationships with our bus companies that, they will hold the bus for us, but we have to still give them an adequate head count because we don't want them to lose any money because we're just holding buses. Tampa. Tampa is before Nashville. We got a lot of stuff in the works for Tampa. Tampa's going to be very nice. So 2 is I guess also with Tampa, we won't be at the Wing House. We have outgrown the Wing House of Tampa. We do appreciate them so much. However, we can't put 200 people on the patio anymore. It's nice, but we have outgrown that area. We heard people say, hey, it's just kind of too small, because it is. Once you get 150 people up top, you can't move anymore. So we have outgrown that. So that is a little nugget for that. Boom. So there you go. So we will not be at the Wing House of Tampa, in Tampa. Also, we're working on a host hotel in Tampa. So we will have a host hotel in Tampa. Right now, I was looking at the Marriott off of West Shore. Either that or the Four Points. It's either one or two. Whatever's the most economical and the nicest. It also has bus parking. We will be there as well. So just make sure, just make sure you go and secure your spot. 2, Detroit. Everybody wants to know about Detroit. Everybody wants to know about Detroit. So please, please, please. We do have a host hotel. I am waiting on the final touches on that. We are working on what you call that place. We are working on our meet and greet spot, and which is going to be fun. I do have it. I just can't necessarily officially release it until the contract is signed, but I do have it. And then also it's going to be a head count that we are going to need. So I do have that place in Detroit. So it's ready to go. But I'm just waiting on the final thing because I get a final head count. So with that being said, is if you're going to Detroit, we're going to set up a poll. We get one of our admins to set up a poll here coming up shortly on the group. And if you're going, and come on, folks, and I'm just be straight up with you. If you're not going, please don't vote, because that dictates our numbers and what we do and what we have planned. So I know people change their minds and do things of that nature, but if that's the case, please remove your name. But if you're unsure, don't even vote. So it's either yes or no. But if you're going to Detroit, we get an admin to put a poll up here shortly. So before the end of the podcast, please vote if you're going to Detroit. This will help us determine the place where we're going. And so we have a realistic number. I don't want to tell the people 25 people and we have 100 people. So that give us something very realistic, going into Detroit. And that's actually really what we need. What else we got? What else we got going? Memberships. Memberships are going well. Thank you for everybody who's signing up. But I can tell you our deadline is coming. So please get in where you fit in. We have a lot in store for our members. Thank you for all of the members who have joined. You guys get constant emails. You get everything that's going on. You guys are the first to know. You guys have some exclusive things headed your way. So go ahead and do it. And honestly, I shouldn't have to necessarily tell you, but it's gonna pay for itself. The groundwork is already done for some of these hotels. All you got to do is just kind of just pay, and I guarantee you won't pay that necessarily price. Also, tickets. Everybody's asking about tickets. Yes, we are using Kenny exclusively. This less is more events, which is Line. However, if you're more than welcome to use any vendor, but the RiseUp Tours choice is preferred vendor is Lime Events, which that they have proven to us that they are the cheapest, far as service fees and things of that nature. And also, I feel like it's just more of a better deal. And also, he can put us in those sections where if we decide to do a section and things of that nature. So if you haven't, shout out to Lime Events. Make sure you hit Kenny up, and he's in the group. He's active. Him and his team can answer any of the questions that you may have. What else we got? Arizona. So currently our host hotel is sold out. It's sold out. So I was just told by another member that it's a lot of stuff going on in Arizona. So we're working on getting things together, but our host hotel is sold out. So since our host hotel is sold out, we are kind of working on a contingency. However, all of that information will be shared with the members via email. So go ahead and sign up. It's another part, make sure you be in the festivities. We did launch our party. Our party will be at McFadden's. McFadden's in Phoenix is right there in the Westgate. If you ever been to Fat Tuesdays where we had our first party, we have outgrown Fat Tuesdays. Just the number of people who are going. The number of people who's going. Jack Spade always on time. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome to the show, Jack Spade.
Hey, what's going on, everybody? Always on time. Always on time. That's me, Jack Spade. How's everybody doing?
Man, look like everybody's good, brother. You know what I'm saying? Hey, I'm out here anchoring this show, man. Producer.
Podcaster, look at you, man. You're getting ready for Barstool? What's going on?
Yeah, man, I'm doing a little bit of everything, man. But I was just telling the family what we got going on, giving over the rundown as far as the bus trips, telling people go ahead and secure their spots as that we don't want to hold the buses because they can be doing other things. Telling about Tampa, how we will not be at the Wing House in Tampa. We will be at another venue in Tampa. Because
we have outgrown the Wing House. We had, I think it was been 3 years of the Wing House where we've had a nice selection of fans come out, have a good time, but we're bringing more fans than expected now. And then going to this season with the Falcons, we're planning on everything going around, not only the Falcons having a good season, but how many fans are going to be showing up. And we saw what happened in Tampa in the past, and we have too many people showing up to Tampa for the Wing House. So the great admin team, as well as Thomas, have worked with some people here in the Rise Up Tour to make sure fans come out to Tampa and have a good time this year. So be prepared for what is going to be coming soon in the group for Tampa.
Yeah, it's going to be dope. Tampa's going to be dope.
And they saw the Wing House. I mean, the Wing House was a nice location. It had a nice, upstairs, downstairs. It's that you saw it, Falcons fans. There was too many Falcon fans in there. Too many Falcon fans. So it's time to switch locations, and, we need a bigger venue. You know what I'm saying? Because fans are showing up. And around that time, you've probably already beaten Carolina in the division. You're going on your second division game, which would be Tampa at that time. Man, you can go in there and beat Tampa up bad. Brady's not down there no more, Falcon fans. We also need fans in attendance, too. Make sure you go out there and get your tickets for Tampa.
Well,
we want to make sure we make some noise, too.
Well, according to this poll that we put out there for Tampa, we got 46 people who said that they're going to go on
the bus trip.
On
the bus trip to Tampa. Wow. See,
so we got 46 people. That's what I'm saying. So once we put it out there, we just need these 46 people to go ahead and pay, because when they do that is so I can tell you now, 50 people on that patio is already going to supersede. They only can hold like maybe 75. So we're already halfway over the mark.
And plus, we can't even mention the plus ones and plus twos people might be
Right,
bringing on that trip too.
right.
But
So,
that's good to know that fans are really excited and really happier. Hey, Javier, buena.
man, you got the multicultural Jack Spade, ladies and gentlemen.
But here, Falcon fans, and I'm sorry, there's a lot of Falcon fans who contacted me and sent me messages trying to find out where I'm sitting and where I'm going for certain games and everything. Please don't wait on me, y'all. You know, I want to let y'all know y'all are so kind to ask me where I'm going to be sitting because you heard about the podcast and what we got going on with sections. We will announce that soon, trust me. But I don't want you guys waiting on the ticket that you know you want and you waiting for Jack Spade to call the area first. So, please, Falcon fans, grab your tickets, do whatever you have to do, and we'll definitely be down there.
Yeah. So yeah, we're gonna be there. So don't wait on us. And again, we get a report from Lime Events, so they will tell us majority of the Falcon fans are in section such and such. So they will tell us where everybody's sitting. So again, you can even ask them, hey, can you tell us where majority of the Falcons fans are sitting, and they will lead you in the right direction. But then also two seats is about pricing. So we couldn't get Kenny on tonight. We just have scheduling conflicts. I think a lot of us have scheduling conflicts tonight. So we'll bring Kenny on next week, and he'll go over London as well. Also, we still have some great raffles getting ready to come up, right? We got Beyonce. We got the Monday Night Raw. We have the Braves Family 4-pack that we're going to be giving away. The raffle. We have a pair of tickets for Detroit in London. So we got a lot of stuff brewing, right? We still have more tickets to give away coming up, but we will be giving away tickets all year in the raffle. If you're a member, you're automatically entered into the raffle, and then you'll be able to increase your chances once we announce how we're going to do that. So we got a lot of stuff going to happen, man. It's just a great time to be a part of the Rise Up tour.
Yeah.
It's a really great time, and for everybody who has supported us from the beginning until now, thank you. Thank you. If you guys got any questions, comments, go ahead and drop them in the chat. We'll answer everything.
Question. Somebody sent me a question that I could not respond to this morning about Detroit Host Hotel.
Okay.
They're getting ready to want a book, and they just want to know what's going on with the Detroit Host Hotel. And they're getting ready to purchase their Rise Up Tour membership this week. So this is good that they're probably listening to the podcast now. I told them to tune in tonight. So what's going on with the Host Hotel with Detroit right now?
So right now for our Host Hotel, so I'm not the holdup. The holdup is the actual hotel. They sent me an email probably about June the 4th. June the 4th, like at 11 o'clock at night. Saying something about let's see here. Let's see here. Let's see if I can bring this up. But they sent me. Yeah, they sent me an email. So we're waiting. We're just waiting for that. So she did says we'll be creating a custom reservation link for our guests to book. I should be receiving that within 10 days. So 10 days should be say the 4th. Tomorrow's the 14th. Maybe I should get it by tomorrow. Maybe I should be able to get the link by tomorrow. But it said 10 days, and that was on the 4th, and tomorrow's the 14th, correct? Yeah. So that's it for Detroit. So we're not the hold up for Detroit. We've done everything that we can, but also though it's a process in Detroit. So you don't necessarily talk to the hotel, you actually talk to the corporate office, and the corporate office sends it back down, and then The people there signs the contract, then they send it back, then they send it to us. So it's like a 2-part process, but everything we've done for the Rise Up tour is already set. But the host hotel link information will be sent out to all members via email.
Yes, Falcon fans, and I did miss some calls and some texts and some messages today. I'm super busy with work, but I will respond. A lot of people hit me up. Kenny too as well from Lime just called me too as well. Shout out to Kenny. But yeah, Thomas, that's why it's important with these memberships and what we have going on, because Falcon fans that want host hotels and some of these meet and greets, this is not a day by day thing where we can just call Arizona the week before we go to Arizona and say, hey, we're bringing 500 people. A lot of these things take time, weeks, months to get done. And honestly, Thomas can tell you, we're looking outside of the events that we've already planned already and what we have to finish. We're already talking about 2024 because of what is going on in 2023. So we're really trying to stay a step ahead of what is happening out here, with the NFL and the fan bases and everything. But we really want to make sure that Falcon fans understand that when you come out to a Rise Up tour event, there's a lot of people that was a part of putting it together. So a lot of thank people coming to Thomas and me. There's a lot more people who's behind the scenes who do this stuff too as well. So we want to make sure everybody knows. Please get your memberships in, because we do have people working honestly around the clock of ideas, suggestions, things that could be set up a special type of way for when fans arrive. How does it look? Decorating the place and so much other stuff that goes into planning a meet and greet, host hotels. Different cities are going to present different things too as well. So as you can see, Nashville, we have a bus trip. We might have some things going on there too as well. You never know what's going on with Tampa with their bus trip too as well. With Thomas, how we kind of plan that. Arizona, a lot of people are flying in. Then we have the big meet and greet too as well. London, you see what's going on there. So many cities, so many away games. Rise Up Tour is working around the clock. Thomas can tell you we're on the phone 12 o'clock, 1 o'clock in the morning, still trying to find ways to get people to these games and mixed meet and greets and all these events to just have a good time. And once again, we're doing it because we are Falcon fans. We are really excited about the Falcons, and this is not a one-year thing. This is our 5th year. So for all the fans that's new, watching tonight, listening later, welcome to the Rise Up Tour. For everybody who hasn't paid their membership, please get your memberships in. We really want everybody to be a part of this organized fan club. Thomas just sent me the other day another NFL team, a fan group of another NFL team just started. They just started like maybe 2 weeks ago or so, Thomas. Yeah. And now they're getting their stuff together. They're getting their website. They're getting all that. But guess who they sent their link to? They sent it to us so we can check it out because they know how good of a job we're doing over here, with the fan base over here. So honestly, Falcon fans, this stuff is going on around the country with all these teams. So feel good that you're a diehard Falcon fan, that you're a part of something where Falcon fans can stick together. When you go to these cities, you want to stick together. You want to go to the mall together. You want to go shopping. You want to go breakfast, lunch, dinner, meet and greet, take pictures, go to the spa. It don't matter. You want to be around Falcon fans because we're from out of town. So shout out to every admin, every member of the Rise Up Tour who's seeing what we are doing here.
And Jack, let's kind of address this. So again, some of these meeting spaces and the places that we have to get, like for example, let's use Tampa for example. People would think, hey, they will want the business of 150 people, right?
Give them Detroit. Detroit.
Okay, we can give them Detroit.
We don't want to. We gotta let y'all know something. Y'all probably sitting here like, what are they doing? Give them a little bit about one of the places. Don't have to drop the name, but just one of what the places what they told us.
Hold on, let me see if I got the paperwork.
Falcon fans, I want y'all to listen to this. This is why memberships are important. That's why we're trying to bring everybody together here.
Hey, keep talking. Let me grab the paperwork real quick. Hold on.
For those that do not know, I am Jack Spade from One Time for the Fan. I have a podcast where we talk about the Atlanta Falcons. I'm not on the video camera tonight. I'm using just the microphone to chat with you all because I just got off work and I look like work right now. So I'd rather just be in this environment, head to the house, chop it up with you guys here about Rise Up Tour and the Atlanta Falcons because, of course, with the podcast, One Time for the Fan, we talk about all Falcons-related content. We do a show every Sunday at 8 o'clock. It's on Apple podcast, Spotify podcast, radio, whatever. I can't remember. So many websites, so many links. One Time for the Fan is on YouTube. Hit that subscribe button. But for those who have seen it, we're just a positive group of podcasters who love the Atlanta Falcons, and we talk about how the Falcons can get better every single day. We've been doing it for about a year and a half now, and you guys can see what is going on with the Atlanta Falcons. We are much better on paper. We will be much better on the field, and that's going to come back to the stands of what the fans can do. So the Rise Up Tour plays a big part in what goes on during the game, especially for what, Falcon fans? The away games. You understand? Because we deal with the away games here at the Rise Up Tour. But yes, One Time for the Fan podcast will be back on Sunday. My homeboy Chase, Kiara, Bodie 3000, they do a great job of breaking down Falcons content and talking about everything that's going on with the Birds. So please tune in Sunday, 8 o'clock. And of course, we do mix in the Rise Up Tour too as well. So with that being said, hopefully I don't have to keep talking anymore. Okay, we're good. All right, good.
So look, all right. So I give you Detroit for instance, right? And these are all of the but see too, we have to go where we have space, right? We did hear people's complaints in LA last year. They was like the bar was too small, right? But the bar was too small because we only had 40 people who RSVP, but we had 200 people show up.
Oh, only 200? Look, way more than that.
Right, but you know what I mean. But again, we can accommodate, and then two, we was at somebody else's mercy, right? So some of these places that we have called, and again, just to kind of address it, is like people think, oh well, they want 150 people to show up to their establishment. No, actually, be honest with you, they'd rather deny us coming in just because they know that they can't handle it. It's not about the dollar for them because they're going to make the money, but if they know that it's going to overwork their staff, they will tell you. The lady told me that on the phone. She was like, hey, we would love to have you, but we'd rather know so we can put you in a certain area and we can bring people in to take care of you. But we can't have 150 people downstairs and you can't even walk into our door and you got 40 people not even ordering drinks and now they're not making any money because we're just standing there.
Yeah, or for like the place in New York said, because they're Giants fans and Jets fans, it could tear away their business because there's a bunch of Falcon fans in there. And normally it's a place where Giants fans go. Right. So if they come in there and see like 400 Falcon fans, they're like, oh, I don't want to be a part of this. They're gone. And we don't want, that's how it happens. Some businesses will talk like that. But Thomas, please tell us what you got from what you told me recently.
All right. So at a potential spot in Detroit, and we've called a lot of spots, we've emailed a lot of people, but this makes the most sense. Just for us to come in the door, we have to reserve something, right? We either have to do a bar package, but we have to guarantee them at least $3,000 to $4,000. At least. So this is why it's important. We have to guarantee them, and I can tell you, $40 memberships ain't gonna cover that for the whole season. But the more people that we have to participate is the more that we can help put on these costs. And not saying that being a member is going to get you an all-you-can-drink pass, but, we have to pay for a space, so we can enjoy ourselves, we'll be able to do so. But the lady said, hey, it starts off at, for 2 hours, $28 for an open bar. Like, you have to pick one or the other. You can
have packages. Yeah.
These are packages. Like, if not, you can do like well brands. Like, so if we want to do a 3-hour open bar, but again, it was per person. So we have to we make sure that it equates to $3,000 because who signs the contract? I sign the contract. Jack signs the contract. So now, if we don't make that money, I have to pay it. And I'm not doing that. So this is why we have to make sure if we want to go premium, it's $44 per person for premium alcohol. That's before we even get there. And I can even tell the lady, hey, it's going to be self-pay. And self-pay is you guys can pay once you guys get there. But for some reason, if they still don't make it,
guess we gotta pay.
We gotta pay. It's the same thing with food. It's $25 per person. That's kind of how they have it. But these these are these areas that they're going to try to accommodate us. Put a DJ there, nice patio, overlooks the city. It's
Yeah,
just great.
and let me talk about that too as well. If you want us to find a hole in the wall that y'all don't care about the safety and the parking and where your car gonna be and all this, oh, we done got 100 of those spots. They're like, yeah, sure, come on in. But when you look at the place, 2-star reviews, bad reviews, we're not finna send y'all there. We're not finna do that.
Right.
I'm from out of town. He from out of town. She from out of town. What we look like doing all that? We're trying to find places that fans can feel safe. We got nice parking. They got a bar. They got music. They get the vibes. And every city is different. Who here in the chat has been to Seattle for a Falcons game and had to plan a party for over 400 people? So when we find some of these places, we're really putting into, the ambassadors have looked into it, or we've been on the ground over there, and we know some of these areas. So we want to make sure that fans understand that we are really trying our hardest to make sure that you guys not only like the establishment, because you're only in there for 3 hours. Otherwise than that, it's back to what you're doing. You're going about your business. So we're trying to make sure for those 3, 4, 5 hours, you guys are feeling good. Yeah, Tommy.
Right. And some people say, hey, man, we just go to the casino. Yeah, you can go to the casino, but what you going to do? Because in those lounges, they charge. So and then again, is you can't have 50 people just sitting in the lounge. It's just not going to work. So we'd rather do it the right way. We'd rather call these folks so they can prepare for us, so we can make it home and fuzzy for the Rise Up tour, to make sure that we are all good. So folks, you know what I mean? So this is why it's important. If you say that you're going to go, you're going to do it, because we're planning it for you. Me and Jack, hey, look, we can go to the MGM casino. We can have a couple of drinks. We can talk, and then we can go down to Greektown and call it a day. We can go back to the hotel room. So, you know what I'm saying, or chop it up about the next city, going to London. You know what I mean? So we don't necessarily have to put it on, but we choose to put it on because we have a lot of first timers, right? They want to experience it. It was like, hey, and we get these calls. Matter of fact, I got an email which says, hey, good evening, Thomas. I just joined the Rise Up tour, and I must say I've been an admirer for the last 3 years. COVID kind of held me back, but this year I am not holding back anything. I'm coming out, and I'm ready to have a great time. Love what you do. Thank you and Jack. Looking forward to it. Rise Up. So, you got some first timers here. You got some people who, you know what I'm saying, who really depends on the information that we give them. Make sure that it's accurate. So at the same token I feel like it's our obligation to make sure that we're in a great place. It's a safe space. Now, we can't necessarily guarantee everything. However, we can do our due diligence in the beginning. Like Jack said, we're not going to put you in a hole in the wall. We're not going, we're going to put you in a space where it's tourist friendly as well. It's walkable to and from the hotel. Making sure that, you got to go down this dark alley and make a left. Looks kind of sketchy. We can't do that to you.
Yeah.
Some people goes, well, we can go down somewhere else from Detroit. But if you got majority of the folks staying at the host hotel, now they got to rent a car to go somewhere. We can't necessarily, and I can't say that we're going to give security to everybody, but we know that we got 40 people walking from the hotel to one event. They're not going to take all 40 of us, because I can tell you damn well, they ain't going to give you no money for me. I ain't worth shit.
Sheesh. If you're looking at this situation too, like for New York, when I was looking at places in New York for the Rise Up tour, we play in Jersey, Falcon fans, but a lot of us want to hang out in New York. So people were asking me, Jack, you got to find something in New York for the meet and greet. So when I did find something, parking around the corner from the place is going to be kind of crazy. The location of where it is, it's a beautiful location, but where it is actually, it's just too much of what fans would have to do. Park on side streets, no parking garages around. They can park at like a little corner mini mart type of thing, some little grocery store. They have parking available for people in the area. And I was saying to myself, like, no way, we're not going to do that, because we don't know who's renting cars. You don't know who's coming out to this event. If the Falcons might, you never know, player, family, whoever. We want to make sure these locations are nice and fans can look and say, wow, thank you, Rise Up Tour, for finding a place where all fans, not just you, all fans came out to have a good time. And that's really big about me too as well. Thomas knows, from LA to Seattle, Miami, anywhere we go,
It's always about, okay, well, are the fans going to get X, Y, and Z? Are they going to be okay with this? Are they going to be comfortable with this? And we always make sure that's top priority when picking these locations.
Yeah, man. So, quick safety tip, kids: don't be like Jack Spade. Put on your seatbelt. We need everybody to arrive alive and arrive in one piece. So don't be like
So
Jack
for
Spade.
those that do not know, I mean, I do have you know, do have my piece on my hip right here, so I can't really get my seatbelt over. But let me go ahead. Hold on. Let me go ahead and take the. Oh shit. Hold on, man. I
So,
got my
so
got my Taurus. Got
yeah,
my Taurus on my
he,
hip. Hold on.
yeah, man. So we need Jack Spades to arrive alive and put on his seatbelt because that ding 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 that gives it away. He ain't put on his damn seatbelt.
That's a good one. That one and by the beach. Those are two good ones right there, Thomas.
But
Falcon
yeah,
fan. There's a lot going on with the Rise Up tour, and shout out to everybody who's once again being a part of this. Detroit, London, Tennessee, Tampa. They're up first, so we're trying to make sure Falcon fans are going to have a good time with this.
and also London. I know everybody's asking, hey, where are we staying? What are we doing? Such and such. So just to address London is spread out. One. And then two, it's so many events going on. We do have our London ambassadors, we have our UK ambassadors working on putting things together, but that's all their show. Meaning is they're going to set it up. They're going to tell us what pub to go to, and that's all them. So whenever they're ready to release the information and give us the information, they will. However, how it works is they have a right to refusal. Some of these bars and clubs, they tell you yes, and they'll call you 24 hours before and goes, hey, you know what? We're canceling your event because we're doing something else now. So that's what they're working on. That's what they have going on. So they are working. Darren, Lee, Kevin, they are really working hard. I mean, they're really ready to host us when we get there. But it is trying to find, a place, and then they have some activities set up too. So I'm not going to let the cat out the bag, but they are working really hard to get it set up. So please be patient with us when it comes to, people always asking, hey, what you guys got for London? Hey, do this for London. Hey, please be patient for us because we have people working over there to make sure. And also too, it's a time difference. So, the other day, me and Jack got up early to do a podcast. We got up early, and then they text us at 1:00 in the morning. They text us at 2:00 in the morning and goes, hey, they're getting up for work. This is what they found, the night before, such and such. And they're very courteous of our time. But, we told them they can text us anytime. But me and Jack be up at 1 or 2 o'clock, and they would text us and say, hey, and all of them are in the same chat together. And our phones are just going off, and they say, hey, we found this, and they're working together. And all of them are in different parts of London. Some people up north, some people in the suburbs, some people are in the city. So, they're working together and say, hey, they're going to tackle this, and they put everything in the group chat. So they are working on it. So please be patient for us for London. Far as tickets, once again, you can find those tickets on resale. They went on sale last week, but you can call Kenny. He get you taken care of. If you don't want to, and I would say this about Lime Events. We're not pressuring you to use Lime Events. You can use whatever choice of vendor you want to. But we do have a relationship with him. And our experience have been great. But if you feel like you want to use another third party or whatever, by all means, go ahead and do so. And please go from there. But please understand this is that if you're not a paid member, Kenny will give you a discount, but it won't be a deep discount as you'll get as a paid member. There is our partnership. So there's perks of being a paid member. We're not forcing no one to be a paid member. However, you get a lot of benefits for $20 and $40. I think that we probably have some people in this chat can tell you it was cheaper to go through Kenny than it was to go through the actual Jaguars website. So that kind of speaks for itself. Like, so you telling me that the guy is cheaper than what they're posting online, is cheaper than the actual? Yep, that's what it is. But again, we're not forcing you to use Lime events. But again, Kenny he has the inventory, he gets the inventory. It's a direct sales ordeal, so it's one of those things. But once again, we're not forcing you to use Lime events. We trust Lime events. They have been vetted, they have been verified. So everything is all good. So if you want to use another vendor, go right ahead. But you're not being forced to use Lime events. So let's go ahead and put that disclaimer out. That's it. But that's the one that we have vetted. Spade, what you got?
I'm ready to get ready to start back working on whatever RISEUP tour has going on, and we have a whole list of things to do for next few days. So every time we have time to ourselves, we do pick up the phones and the computers and start looking at things for the RISEUP tour. This is a 24/7 thing, and things change every day. Thomas, he hasn't mentioned it, but Thomas had a phone call today. He tried to buzz me in. I was at work. We are working to make sure everybody has a good time. At the end of the day, that's all we're trying to do, make sure everybody. If you saw your friend on the road, if you sit next to in section 232, or you pass by, a friend that you've been seeing since the Georgia Dome, you don't know who they are, but you see them in the group now. A lot of people, a lot of stories that came from this group of how people just met, as Falcon fans and became friends. And for some, probably became family too. But that's what we want to do here. We want fans to become family. This is a team thing. This is for the Atlanta Falcons. We want to make sure that we can grow this fan base and show the NFLs that, okay, the Cowboys got chapters, the 49ers got chapters. Why don't you never hear nobody ever say the Falcons got chapters? Well, we do have chapters. We have them now. So shout out to who's here. We're going to take this thing over on the field and in the stands. So tell your friends, tell all your Falcons friends, your mama, your auntie, your cousin, your sister, your brother, your dog, whoever is traveling with you on the road, tell them to grab their membership and let's get going. It's totally different when you have to book away games. You got to sit down and go over your travel arrangements. You're going to get off of work. Who's watching the kids? If you're going to leave them at the house with grandma or however. There's so much stuff going on when you book these travel arrangements. So now that you got a group to party with, a group to hang with, a group to be around, that's super fun to be a part of. I was talking to a friend of mine the other day. He a Miami Canes fan. He was telling me about all the groups the Miami Canes have out here, the Hurricanes. But when they do their traveling,
man, we don't care about the damn Hurricanes, man.
Oh, so yeah, he told me a lot about Florida State. He said Florida is their little brother and that they hate the Gators. So he wanted me to tell you that too as well.
But who beat Miami this year? Who beat Miami last year? Come on, bro.
What he told me to you, bro. I told him. Matter of fact, I'm glad you mentioned that. And it's funny how you said that, because he said when I told him that my homeboy, my friend, is a Florida State guy, he said, "Oh, he gonna cut you off once you hear Miami." He said he gonna say something. And
man,
then sure
tell
enough,
him to play in traffic. Don't tell him to play on 95.
Bro, I give you the location. I know where he works. You want to go out at him? Sure.
Yeah, go. I mean,
his brother's a Falcon fan. His brother's a Falcon fan.
If he's in Atlanta, tell him to go play on 285. Let's go.
But it's just so funny because he mentioned that. But he is going to get his brother in the RISEUP tour because he's a Saints fan. His brother's a Falcon fan. But when he heard me talking about the RISEUP tour, he said, "Oh, I'm about to get my brother in that. Add him to that. What's your information?" Because he wants his brother to be a part of something. You know what I'm saying? And trust me, there are a lot of fans in this group. I promise you, on everything I love, Falcon fans. We have 1,200 members in the group. I have heard stories from people who have went their first away game because of us. I have people who travel by themselves because of us. You feel what I'm saying? Like we bring that family presence when we're on the road, because you have seen most of us in the, you see most of us on social media, but now you're on
look like Jack Spade's Boost Mobile has kind of cut off. So once again, like Jeff Wolf just says, no one cares about the Hurricanes because hell, who cares? They ain't relevant. But yeah, back to what Jack was saying. Again, this is a family environment, right? We meet a lot of good people who really tell us, say, hey man, thank you because we wouldn't be doing this if it wasn't for you guys. Oh, hey, thanks. Hey, you know what? I met X, Y, and Z. Hell, we got friends who live in Beaufort. We got friends who live in Cummings. We got another friend who lives in John Creek. And every time he picks up his guitar, if I'm available, we're there. But it's all about it, man. We have the same passions and the same things in common. So we start hanging out besides football. So, but again, this is kind of what this is about, man. We make sure that, again, we stand by our slogan where fans become family, and we really do mean that. So, we want everybody to meet a friend, meet someone, and hang out, go to the games together. Because I can assure you that you go to London, that somebody's going to be on your flight that you don't know. And this would be a perfect opportunity to meet them. Yeah, so again, it's gonna be people on those flights, people going to the same hotel, getting in the Uber, y'all gonna show up at the same time. Hell, y'all could have shared that Uber together and saved those $40. But it's gonna be funny, we had some lunch with some friends the other day. On Sunday, we hung out. We had a good time, man. It was just a fellowship. We didn't do nothing. We had to post on IG. We had to do nothing. We went and had lunch, had a good time. We just chopped it up. But those are the moments that, I value. I do value friendship. So those are the moments that, I care about. Those are the moments. And, man, it was just all a good time, man. But it's nothing but family. I feel like I can call this person and just have a conversation with or whatever, or vice versa. But, it's all love. So, that's what people need to understand what this group is about, man. It's not about popularity. It's not about that. It's just about us having a good time and us doing it together as a unit. That's what it's about. We all have the passion for the Falcons. So let's share it together and go out on these roads together. So I just got a text message from Jack Spade. He said that his Boost Mobile died, so he has to wait to come back on. So anybody got any questions before we bring Jack back on? Also, too, we lost a member last week. They had her services, Valerie Johnson Counts. Yeah, so also known as VJC. She passed away. Her services was on Saturday. Posted up in the group. What we did do is we turned off all the comments, all the posts. You couldn't post in the group for a full 24 hours. I felt like that was the right thing to do. When you lose somebody, it's always kind of tough. But then when you meet them in person, to know how good energy that they brought, how big of a Falcons fan that they were. So it was kind of, when I got the news, and I was like, who? And then I found out that was a person, and I pulled up, some messages that we had, and it kind of like it stung for a second. So it stung for a second just because you'll think a sweet soul passes away. So yeah. So yeah, it's tough to know certain things, but I think that's just the power of this group, right? Valerie is one of the first people who joined our group, actually. Excuse me. Yeah. But yeah, she was one of the first people who joined our group. Yeah. But just the passion. But again, that's what happens when football brings you together, right? So they become your distant cousins after football seasons, and then when football season comes up, it gets closer. They bring you closer. So, but as I'm saying, I think this just it speaks to the magnitude um, of this group, and just to see one of our group members pass away, it's just kind of tough. So yeah, you guys got any questions? Want to say anything? I don't have any words at the moment. All right, everybody still in here? Y'all good? I appreciate that, Coach. Appreciate that. Sponsorships. Actually, we're working on a we're actually working on some sponsorship. But shout out to 716 Vodka to kind of keep this going. Shout out to Lime Events. Lime has a big thing going on. They're actually going to donate some tickets to some underserved families so they can go to their first Falcons game or go to a football game as a family. This is Manny. I don't know if y'all see his name, but this is Manny. Manny lives in PA. He lives in York, PA. Real cool brother. He a big Yankees fan, but he a diehard Falcon. And Manny's one of those guys. When he came to Atlanta, we hung out. We went to Baltimore when it was cold as ice up there, man. He was out there hanging, man. So it was all good. Anyone working on the sponsorship day? Coach, I guess we got to see what's going on with that. We'll find out. LaMarcus, we feel that bond every podcast, every message, every away game. That's what it's about, man. I mean, this group is really about family. And that's what that we have to understand is that we create bonds from football, right? Football brought us together, but when you get to know people over a period of time, people start hanging out. They call you, invite you over for Thanksgiving, invite you over to the house, things of that nature. So we're working on something very positive and powerful going forward. But then we got some stuff coming up in the works. I had a great conversation earlier this afternoon about what we're gonna do at the away games for the Falcons fans who do not travel or who are not going to a game. We got something coming up for you coming down the pipeline. I guarantee you're gonna have a blast. It's gonna be family friendly. And I just give you a little secret. It's on the south side. So it's on the south side. It's not far. And they're doing it for you guys. All you gotta do is show up and show out and have a good time. So we're working on that. So when that information is ready to drop, we will drop it. But the Rise Up tour will be a part of that. For those who stay, it should be a good number of folks who don't go. But again, we got more information coming up on that, man. So the Rise Up tour, man, it's the 2023-2024 season. We have a lot going on, a lot in store. Hope you guys are ready for a ride. If you're going to Nashville, go ahead and get your money in. If you're going to Tampa, go ahead and sign up on the list. Also, there is a new update. If you go to the website, www.riseuptoagroup.com, even if you click membership, all you got to do is click the button. So it's not that two-part process. Just click the button. You do everything that you need to do. Same thing with the bus trip. www.riseuptoagroup.com/bus trip. Fill out the form. Boom. Hit the button. It take care of the rest. So we're going to be all good. We got the Sun and Fun Cruise. That's 2024. I think last time, and actually we got two new people who joined the cruise. So we got 90 people on board the ship. So it's not until next year. But go ahead and secure your seat. I'm telling you, man, it's gonna be a blast. So just imagine, the Falcons do it really, really big this year, and then we going on to the cruise. Oh man, you ain't gonna be able to tell us shit. Excuse my French. But I can tell you ain't gonna be able to tell us shit, man. So we going over, taking over the whole ship. But yeah, man, we just got a lot going on, man. We just got a lot going on. It's a perfect time to be involved. So shout out to LaMarcus in Arizona. LaMarcus is working very hard with his head down. He hasn't said a word, but he's making sure that you guys have a great time in Arizona. LaMarcus, you got a second? Because if not, we'll bring one of our Arizona ambassadors on. He can just give you the rundown. He's not going to give you too many things, but he'll give you the rundown what he has planned for Arizona and what to kind of expect. So if LaMarcus says yes on the podcast, I will send him the link and he can join us. And he just give you a quick rundown before we sign off for the evening. Yeah, there's a new shirt design is already there. It's going to be the members going to get it first, and after the members, it'll be available to the public. So yeah, the shirt is already designed. It's ready to go. And yeah, it's a 2023 shirt. It's a world tour shirt, so it's already set, ready to go, and that's going to be available shortly. Premium members will get it first, and then it'll open up to the public. So yeah, that's gonna be pretty dope, man. So, some people saw a sneak peek of it. So yeah, it's gonna be pretty dope, man. We got a new shirt design. We got a new shirt design. All right. What else we got? Yeah, please don't forget we do have a cutoff. So if you want your custom lanyard this year, you want your custom badge, we do have a cutoff. This month is actually we almost to the we're in the middle of the month now. So we know we said June 30th is the deadline, but if you want your membership kit beforehand, I would say you go ahead and make sure that you go ahead and submit your name down on the membership so you can get your membership kit, and it's gonna be dope. When I say it's gonna be dope, it's gonna be dope. And also you be able to join the mailing list, right? The mailing list. I think a lot of members can speak now who's getting these emails. The discounts, stuff was first. Discounts off bus trips, discount things of that nature. So it's all exclusive for the Rise Up tour. So I guarantee you we're gonna have fun. And you get exclusive access. So let's see here, LaMarcus. Let's see what else we can do that. So we're working. So we got a lot of stuff in store, man. I know I'm kind of rumbling, man, but we got a lot of stuff in store, and we'll hop up off of here. If you guys got anything before we get up off of here, but before we do, we gotta play our song, our theme song, man. So shout out to Ben Wade. Well, yeah, Ben Wade Markham. The Ben Wade band. You haven't checked out Ben, go follow him on social media. If not, click on his page, tag him. He will tell you where he's at. He puts on a hell of a show. It's all acoustic. So he puts in Ben he sings his life away. When I tell you, man, that boy, that brother is bad. That brother is bad, man. So, we'll get out of here on a good note, and we'll let Ben take it away, and we'll go from there. Let's see here to star number 5. Where is Ben? Ben.
Friday hits, we know it won't be long. Gonna head out on the highway to follow the birds. Win or loss, a true friend till the end. Yeah, we ready for y'all. So rise up tall. Fans become family. That's how we roll. Yeah. So rise up tall. Friends become family. That's how we roll.